Hey, what's going on, YouTube? It's your boy Born of Levi. You're now tuned into the Born of Levi experience. What's going on, family? I want to thank you guys for coming in. I'm just putting out a quick video real quick, something that was on my mind and I wanted to talk about, right? Zombie apocalypse. I mean, there's no other way for me to actually set you guys up for what I'm going to talk about. The zombie apocalypse. I'm going to talk about that because it's obvious our government knows something that we don't. Right. And I'm going to just read some articles and read actually, an actual bill that was actually passed, or I'm going to play a snippet of a video of a bill that was actually passed about what we called, or what they called the zombie apocalypse. Right. According to the scriptures, we know the scripture tells us that we wrestle not against flesh and blood. Right. We wrestle not against flesh and blood, and against principalities, right? So we understand that there are a lot of spiritual entities that are at work against mankind, right? I'm gonna read about some of these entities, right? I'm gonna read about their origin. I'm gonna go into a book, read a short passage about it. But I also want to play a clip too. But I'm not gonna play the clip first. But I'm gonna talk about the zombie apocalypse, what the world powers or our government is actually planning for, right? I'm going to read an article real quick because I don't know, it's just weird that, we see shows like The Walking Dead and, everything that they play on TV or these movies, it's what's called predictive programming. So are they trying to program mankind to accept zombies? Right, because the zombies supposed to be what, The Walking Dead, right? People who've died and for some reason come back to life as flesh-eating monsters, right? But according to the scriptures, we know that they're not zombies. We understand that that's demonic entities, but we're gonna talk about it, right? I'm looking at a website, right? It's called BusinessInsider.com, and they actually have an article concerning the zombie apocalypse, and the title, I'm gonna put the link in the description if you want to read this article. Right, this article was published March 25th, 2016. So this is 5 years ago. Excuse me. Right. So it says the Pentagon has an actual plan for the zombie apocalypse. This is the title of this article. Right. It says the Defense Department, known for having a plan in place for any disaster scenario, right, has created a detailed strategy for a possible zombie apocalypse. This is crazy. The strategy, known as Con Plan 8888, is an unclassified document that lays out how the military would best respond to a potential zombie apocalypse. The plan's overall purpose is for the military to undertake operations to preserve non-zombie humans from threats posed by a zombie horde. Now, why would the Pentagon have a defense plan for zombies? This doesn't make any sense. And it says, of course, the Pentagon does not actually believe in the likelihood of a zombie apocalypse. Instead, the plan was developed by military trainers who realized that a zombie survival scenario could be a useful and effective training tool. This is how they're trying to cover it. That, it's based off all of the TV shows and movies about zombies. They figure, why not teach our soldiers these trainings and these tactics? It sounds kind of weird to me and sounds kind of off, right? And what was crazy as well too, back in, I believe it's 2012, 2013, on the CDC website itself, they even had a zombie preparedness, right? They had a zombie preparedness plan on the CDC website. I actually went to go look at it today, and that article is gone. You can't even find it, right? But yeah, if you want, you could look it up yourself. You can look it up yourself. I'm gonna put, like I said, I'm gonna put the link in the description. But I'm also gonna play a video. I want you guys to listen to this. Like this is where it gets weird, right? They claim that this is all for training purposes and it's not real and there's no likelihood of a zombie apocalypse actually happening. But I want to play this video, right? And I'm going to show you guys as well anyways. But take a look at this, right? And, this is just, I'm using this for informational purposes only. It's fair use, right? So let's look at this.
H.R. 8791, the Homeland Terrorism Preparedness Bill. Said bill requests emergency response funding up to and including, I'm sorry, this section is classified, dollars to prepare for a national level terrorist attack and or attack from classified. Funding for first responder personnel and vehicles would be doubled if said attack leads to more than 80% of national population being affected by classified. This funding shall commence in conjunction with the first attack on classified or the first large-scale outbreak of classified, dependent upon which comes first. Civilian and military units shall be trained in containment and combat of classified, including irradiated classified with possibility of classified airborne, classified flesh-eating, classified, and or all of the above in such event as classified spewing, classified escape, are released or otherwise become uncontrollable. Air Force units may also be directed to combat said classified due to their enormous size and otherworldly strength. Should event occur in urban areas, Jesus, that's classified, far surpassing our darkest nightmares. Should casualties exceed classified, body disposal actions shall be halted and associated resources shall be reallocated to classified underground, classified protected birthing centers. New Bill of Rights shall be drafted and approved by classified. Having now reviewed the bill, I ask you to please cast your votes.
Okay. Now, that was strange and really weird, right? Classified this, classified airborne, classified flesh eating. If said classified escapes, like what is that classified? And why couldn't he talk about it? So there obviously is a bill and there's obviously a plan for these entities, or what we would like to call zombies or whatever you want to call them. I understand what they are. The scriptures make it plain and they tell us exactly what these things are. This guy said, with other worldly strengths, and if in case they escape, like, where are you keeping these things? This is crazy, bro. Like, so I don't know. You guys tell me if you guys know what this is. You guys tell me what it is, man. Put a comment, leave a comment, and tell me. But another thing I want to talk about as well too was that that Travis Scott, the Astral World concert, where some strange things was going on in that thing, man. I'm hearing that, or I even seen that a lot of people was dead, or were dying in that at that concert. It was jam packing there. I heard that there was testimonies of people saying that it was extremely hot. But even when you even just look at the headline, the concert, the flyers, everything about that screamed demonic, demon possession, demon entry. The stage itself, if you look at the stage, it was a upside down cross, and we know in the occult that's symbolism with demonic practices, the occult, right? Symbolism and all this stuff, man. And there was a crazy video that I seen that I was sent. Numerous people sent me this video as well too. So shout out to everybody who sent me those videos and all the information, right? But there was this one video I seen where there was like a dark, shadowy figure that just jumped into the crowd while the concert was going on, and it couldn't be seen, I believe, with the naked eye, but it was caught on camera. And I hope you guys actually seen it. I don't know if you guys actually seen it.
Now, y'all watch this. I actually put an arrow there for y'all to see it. Y'all check it out. Y'all see the wings? Y'all see the weird looking hands? Look, we're about to run it back again so y'all can see it. And I'm going to super slow-mo it after this as well. Y'all check this out. Look at that. Y'all see that? Y'all see the hands? Now, I zoomed in, and I'm going to slow it down even more so y'all can check this out. Y'all watch this figure. Y'all see that? Look how big the body is. Way bigger than the average human. We're going to run it back again, y'all. Y'all check this out. Watch this, watch this, watch this. Here we go. Look to the right. Y'all see that thing, how it just jumped into the crowd?
But it was really disturbing. And from when the looked at it, what it looked like to me, that thing looked like a demon that just jumped into the crowd and was jumping into these people. And a lot of people don't even understand that, you know, you in these concerts, you could imagine the amount of paraphernalia and drugs and alcohol is going on in the crowds. So a lot of people don't really understand that drugs like marijuana, cocaine, all these things are gateways for demons to enter you. That's how demons enter people. That's why they say, I remember growing up, they used to always say marijuana was a gateway drug. Yeah, it's a gateway into your vessel. It opens you up, right? A lot of these drugs are used to open up a person for demonic possession, right? But how do we know that? But how do we know that, you know, demons actually exist, right? I'm gonna just read a snippet, right, from the book of Enoch, right? There's the book of Enoch, right? I suggest everybody read this. If you really want to know what was going on pre-flood, this is a great tool to have, right? And I'm gonna just read this because what we just seen with the Travis Scott concert, right, is clearly showing that these entities and these spirits, these demonic forces are real, right? And they're gonna start surfacing and start using people. So there was one thing that I believe that they understood while messing with what's called CERN. These demons have been released according to the book of Revelations, right? In the book of Revelations, it tell you that the bottomless pit was open and a lot of demons were coming out, right? And if these demons are working on the earth, they're gonna need hosts. They're gonna need people to use to fulfill their lust. I'm gonna read this to you. I'm gonna show you exactly what Enoch was shown and exactly what Enoch was told concerning demonic forces, right? Demon spirits. Right, in the book of Genesis, it tells you that there were giants in the earth in those days. Some people would like to like to write that off and say there's no such thing as giants. But if you Google images right now, if you go to Google right now and Google giant remains, you'll find skeletal remains, pictures of skeletal remains of large heads and large femurs and footprints, and there was giants in the earth, right? And how the giants were produced. According to the scriptures, the giants were produced by the mixing of angelic DNA and mankind, right? The angels came down and they slept with women and bare giants. So now when you hear these folklore stories and these stories in Greek mythology about how the gods came down and impregnated a woman, and then now they had what's called a demigod, right? Those were the giants. That's where those stories come from. The Bible explains it clearly. The Bible's not going to tell you that, they were demigods. They were gods on this earth. They were part angelic and they were part man. And they were of an enormous height and strength, right? But in the book of Enoch, right? So now for you guys to understand where demons come from. Anybody tell you they've seen a ghost or they're hearing things, there's no such thing as ghosts, right? It's demons, it's demonic spirits, demonic entities. If you ever walking down the street and you see somebody just talking to themselves, talking beside themselves, that person is possessed with demons, right? And demonic possession is a real thing, right? Trust me, they are. So I'm going to read this, right? In the book of Enoch. And now it says this. And it says, and now the giants who are produced from the spirits of the flesh, right, shall be called evil spirits upon the earth. And on the earth shall be their dwelling. Evil spirits have proceeded from their bodies, because they are born from men, and from the holy watchers is their beginning and primal origin. They shall be evil spirits on the earth, and evil spirits shall they be called. You see that? And listen to this. And the spirits of the giants. So when the giants were killed off through war and also through the flood, a lot of them was killed off through the flood. Their spirits that was in them could not go into what we call habitations, and they couldn't go up to heaven because the Most High did not create them, right? So it says here, it says, and the spirits of the giants, they afflict, they oppress, they destroy, they attack, they do battle, and work destruction on the earth and cause trouble. They take no food, but nevertheless hunger and thirst, and cause offenses. And these spirits shall rise up against the children of men and against the woman, because they have proceeded from them. So the book of Enoch tells us that the main causes for evil spirits is for them to do harm to people, to do wickedness, to do evil. So when you see wickedness going on the earth, wars, arguments, people fighting, hatred, all these things, all of these things come from what we know as evil spirits, right? Demons. So could the CDC and the Pentagon, could they be masking the zombie apocalypse as the zombie apocalypse, understanding that it's what's called demon possession? Because we know that through the book of Revelations, they have been released. They have been released, and they're out through the help of CERN, right? CERN was a portal. Don't let them fool you and say that thing was to recreate the Big Bang. Nah, they were trying to open up the gateway, and I believe that they found a way to open up that gateway to let out a lot of those demons. And clearly the world is under attack, and the governments of this world, they understand that, you know, they're gonna need hosts, so they got to prepare against them, i.e. the zombie apocalypse. But I don't know, man. Let me know what you guys think, man. Let me know if you guys think that that's a real thing. If you think that's, do you believe it, right? I mean, whether you believe it or not, you know what I'm saying, it's not going to stop it from coming to pass. So the best thing to do is to prepare yourselves and your family against what the government is already preparing for, because it doesn't make any sense that the government should be preparing for certain things, and us as a people, we're not preparing ourselves. Right, we looking to buy the next big flat screen TV. Like, you just bought one last year, you want another one, right? So they keep us distracted with goods and material gain while they're preparing for the end of the world. But I just wanted to come on and talk about that, man. Nothing too crazy. Yeah, that sounds crazy. Nothing too crazy. Zombie apocalypse, but nothing too crazy, right? But yeah, I just wanted to talk about it. Just share my thoughts on it. One thing I could leave you all with is, what the Most High said: no weapon formed against us shall prosper. Right? So choose a side. Pick a side. Pick a side, brothers and sisters. Know who you serve. Understand the battle that is at hand, to be protected against what they are trying to protect themselves from, what they're calling the zombie apocalypse, but we understand as demonic oppression and demonic attacks throughout the four corners of the earth. So until next time, peace.